We're about to make a Halloween dessert that is out of this world. So what you're looking at here, underneath all of that, starts with the base of a pumpkin pie, a blonde chocolate mousse, a Swiss meringue buttercream, and that's not even the final touch here. The topping right here, which you can see, is a Halloween-worthy candy slime. Show-stopping treat only the best of the best could create, and that's exactly who we have in the kitchen here today. Melanie Bjork-Jensen is this season's winner of the Halloween Baking Championship there on the Food Network. We got a champ right here in the kitchen.
Thank you. You're so nice, and I like you.
Well, I like you too. I love what you're making with this today. I know that for us to be able to fit this in the time slot, we got to get started with the recipe. But I want to hear about the show while we're putting this together.
All right.
So first things first, we want to start making the slime. What goes in? What's the first ingredient?
Okay, this is apple juice concentrate. Okay. This one is lemon juice concentrate.
And you want to mix both of those in there?
Yep. That's going to be our base. And then
why apple and lemon?
Because it is apple candy slime. So with the pumpkin pie and the blonde chocolate, we've kind of got sweet and kind of a richer flavor and sweet and richer flavor. And then you need something acidic to not make it gross.
Right, okay. So it looks gross, it doesn't taste gross.
It does not taste gross.
And then a pinch of?
Pinch of salt.
Okay.
Because I like salt on all the things.
All right. Okay.
It's our worst fear to have things that are not salted. We had it on a t-shirt. That's sugar.
Okay. And you can put as much or as little of that as you want in there?
No, I measured stuff, and I just didn't do it while you were watching because I was going to mess it up.
All behind the scenes, of course. How much sugar do you want to put in there?
So it's 3/4 cup of sugar and then 2/3 of a cup of the mixture between the lemon juice and the apple juice. And then once this is nice and simmery, you temper in 2 eggs. And these eggs don't match because I have 11 chickens illegally. I'm supposed to only have 5. Don't tell anyone.
Right.
And then,
this is just between us. No one will know. Right.
So all of those chickens only made once. So this is from a neighbor, both of whom sacrificed so that I might live after forgetting to go to the grocery store.
Okay.
So that has occurred. So I'm going to whisk
You need a couple of these eggs. And so while that's getting together, tell me a little bit about your experience there on the Food Network with the Halloween Baking Championship.
Ryan.
What was that like?
It was surreal. Surreal is the one word that I would use the most. It doesn't feel like a real thing that happened. Even now, after seeing photographic evidence that it did happen, I am still doubting. I have doubts, and the whole internet is mad at me because they also have doubts.
Wait, they're mad? Why are they angry at you?
Oh, because I was the one and only non-professionally trained baker in the Final Four, and everybody else had won. They are so amazing. They're not wrong. Every single person was more qualified to be there, and the fact that I won is surprising to all of us, including me.
Well, that just speaks well to how great of a chef, a baker that you are, right?
Yeah, I taught myself on YouTube. My first degree was in interior design, and I'm waiting for this to simmer a little bit. And that's not something that can translate well into Utah because it's home of the DIY. So I learned how to make wedding cakes on YouTube, and that's how I paid to be a nurse. And now I'm a nurse who bakes, and it is complicated.
Well, it's definitely something that you've mastered, right? Because you're able to take home the trophy, right, so to speak. You're at the baking championship. What was that feeling like? I mean, you're in there. You're the only one who doesn't have this professional background, and yet you won.
I did.
What was that like?
So confusing. I went right on the floor into the fetal position as soon as they said that it was me.
You know, I don't doubt that. We've only met just now, but I don't question that at all.
Yeah, I started on the floor, too. I had a little panic attack. Everything's fine. It all turned out great.
Okay, so as we kind of see now that you've got the eggs whisked, and you put some of the green food dye in there already, right?
I will at the end.
Okay,
so I am tempering, and that's where you just slowly add something hot to the eggs so that you don't make scrambled eggs. And this pan is very round, so it's trying to escape out the bottom, which is rude.
Hard to do right here.
It is. It's tricky. And
then pressure's on, right?
Pressure's on because you're watching me.
Okay, so you want to be able to slowly get that in there, and then how do you get it to the point where it looks like this gelatin that we're seeing here on the cake?
We put it back in the pan, and so then we cook it for another 2 minutes maybe, and then it gets that slime that is so sheen and nasty and gross. And it was this challenge that was from that particular one. This is a recreation of something from, I think it was the 3rd episode. And it was, we were supposed to show the transition between life and death. And one of my 2 jobs as a nurse is as a hospice nurse. And so I have watched people, I've held people while they pass away in my arms, and it's such a sacred, beautiful, singular experience that I didn't want to mock Grandma by turning her into an eclair, so I made Ghostbusters. This is a person who is, what is this word?
Slimed by Slimer,
Yeah,
perhaps?
sure.
Yeah, I
He's
can see that.
dissolving into an ectoplasmic dissolution of a human man.
Well, you definitely have a colorful background, you know, and obviously a great flair for cooking at the same time. And so I love the recipe you're making, and you've got this right. So as you said, like you need to cook for a couple of minutes here to kind of harden up.
But I did make a different thing that was already on there, so that's done. This is just to show you what I was working on at the end.
So when it cools down, you finally just kind of pour it on and then mold it and shape it?
You don't even have to mold it and shape it. It turns into kind of a curd where you could slick it between your fingers, and you can touch it if you want to touch it. Have green on your fingers.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's ooey gooey right there.
It's ooey gooey.
Should we taste it right now?
And then it's candy apple.
Oh, it's very sweet.
Oh, I like you.
It does. It tastes like a candy apple.
Yay!
This is great. All right. How can people follow you? Because I'm sure people will be like, I want to go find out what she's doing.
I'm on Instagram. I don't even have a website, but it's cake_by_Melanie because I was feeling real creative when I named myself.
Okay. All right. Well, go check her out. You know you want to.